I was born in South Korea. I grew up there when I was until I was 25, and I moved to United States in 2011. So although my family is living in South Korea currently, I currently work and live in the United States, especially in Arizona, which is a quite similar environment, like geologically similar to, I think, if you compare to here in Chile, because there are a lot of desert, there are a lot of dried airs all the time. So for me, yeah, it was kind of interesting to see, the desert, which is somewhat similar, also at the same time somewhat different here in Chile. And what's interesting is that there are birds here, but there are not much songbirds, which means birds here are mostly pigeons and seagulls, but there's not much birds you can hear every day morning, like songbird. So, but in Arizona where I live, there are a lot of birds that are actually chirping every morning. So still, even though it looks similar in terms of the desert and arid area, however, there are differences between the birds and no birds. The video was originally inspired by, as you said, the French musical composer Olivier Messiaen. Messiaen was one of the most influential musical composers in the 20th century. However, Messiaen is known for his music trying to capture the bird song, which means he traveled around the world to notate different types of bird songs and collect them bird song and make them into a classical music. So that was his effort to combine what we known as music and natural sounds together. Also, he's a very special ability called synesthesia, which means when he heard something, he saw something, which means it's called a mixture of two different senses. So if he hears some sound of the bird, he sees some colors in his mind. So that was interesting phenomena for me. So that was kind of in this video try to show his experience of this color through sound of the desert. So when we look at some colors or shape, usually the back of your brain activate very fast. And when you hear something, when you focus on listening to some music, this area is very highly activated. And when you calculate, when you do some logical thinking, it's called frontal lobe, this area is highly activated. However, there are some people who have special ability for example, the synesthesia is one of the good examples that some people, when they hear something, their brain activity shows not just here, but also in the back as well. So that means there's a kind of evidence that they actually see what they hear. And some people looking at, when they read some words and certain language, they see some color in specific letters and numbers. So that is one of the most common examples of synesthesia. And of course, there are many artists and musicians like Olivier Messiaen. Kandinsky is one of the great examples who has this kind of ability to connect between sound and color and try to express their experience through paintings and music as well. I married with a flutist, so she is a musician. So that was one of the probably main reasons I collaborate with my wife who played the flute. So I'm also an artist who make videos. So it's more like a natural collaboration between, within my family. And also, in terms of the other artwork here, you can see a lot of artists use sound as their artistic medium. I think also it's because for example, the artists, the work in the port, the artists are naturally interested in what they see at the specific area. It's just not just the vision; it's also what they hear, what they sense. So using all different kind of like touch, taste, and sound and vision is experience they have. I think it's kind of naturally combining for them to combine these different senses together. In terms of, but at the same time, it's kind of recent trend to, I mean, I'm a professor at the university, but it's a kind of recent trend that try to, mix, combine with the multiple disciplines because it's just not the new exploration, but actually some also or specifically happening in the field of art, but also happening in the science and technology and other area. Because helping each other with different field of knowledge really help to bring new ideas and make the world better. And there's many evidences. Of course, art is one of them, and working with other when working with other area. Well, I mean, if you really think about like very, very old art, I think the idea of separation, for example, painting, sculpture, music, I think took place during the modern era. Modernism is European model of modernism, really try to separate these specific discipline skills. And these days, people realize that, oh, maybe there's time to rethink about these kind of separation between disciplines and medium, and try to, time to try to combine together, because we see how combination of different skills could help and bring the new idea and make the world better. So I think. Thank you.